No thinking. Why do you think the bus driver? Ninja doesn't deserve it. Ninja doesn't deserve it. Why? Fine.
All right. Had to get this Twitter thing out of the way. Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Lincoln Clay coming back at you with another live podcast. You know what? Here, let me adjust this. I gotta edit this title real quick because I am going to do a couple of giveaways this podcast. One second while I fix this.
Only way my dad has his own YouTube channel.
See, learn to spell, dude.
Not for my screen. It's showing that.
Okay, let's see if we fix this.
I'm going to you.
Huh?
With balloons, right? Did one of my balloons?
I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Oh, okay, we got sound. All right, let me go back. Try to edit that title again. Okay, there we go. Anyway, let's finish up these introductions. You know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon. The rest will take care of itself. If you're a new subscriber to the channel, welcome aboard. I hope you stick around. All that good stuff. So, boy, talking about 2018 and what a crazy year it has been with all the bullshit that's going on with these developers. That's just not these Ari and Drake, what is up? With these publishers that's just going way too far trying to bleed the shit out of us. And hold on a second. Hey, keep it down in there.
Sorry.
All right. H player, what is up? Now, I just want to talk about the year that was in 2018. You know, a lot of publishers made headlines this year for all the wrong reasons, as far as I'm concerned. Plus, throughout this podcast, I'll be doing a few giveaways. You know, got a couple of physical discs that I'm going to give away. Craig Harris, what is up, the Messiah? Speaking of which, let me have a drink here. The old reliable ginger ale and mango juice. Oh, I'm telling you, that is so good. Geico, what is up? So, you know, I've touched on this before about how these developers, you know, how the narrative has become about these developers have been going crazy with microtransactions because they're trying to appease their shareholders. And, you know, they're not delivering on, I guess, whatever it is they're trying to do. And so they, you know, so they turn up the microtransactions. And now this shit is starting to reach a fever pitch where so many these developers are starting to make the same bullshit, but microtransactioning us to death. Sarah is great. What is up? And this shit has finally, I think, reached a fever pitch where I think, I've seen through a couple of videos. Skyfall, what's up? I guess it appears that some of these publishers are starting to push the panic button because their stocks are falling, and investors are starting to pull out. So, you got Borderlands 2 and Zone of Enders VR. I tried the demo for the Zone of Enders. It really didn't do anything for me. For that matter, I haven't even come back to playing Borderlands 2. Just haven't gotten to it. I did try what? Oh, I did pick up that 100-foot robot golf, and I couldn't even understand it. I couldn't. It was a weird game. So, but I'll definitely stream something today, and I definitely want to have this podcast wrapped up before Royal Flush goes on, because I don't want to overlap him, at least with the podcast. So in particular, basically Activision, Bethesda, EA, Take-Two Interactive, those are the publishers who names, the big publishers who names come up when it comes to their stocks falling. And I guess if Red Dead hadn't offset a lot of shit that's going on with Take-Two, I guess their numbers would be a lot worse too. Jamal Adams, what is up? So, based on what these publishers have done, I'm just curious as to what everybody thinks. Who was the worst publisher of 2019? We had I think we had Activision at the beginning of the year with all the Destiny bullshit that was going on. If I'm not mistaken, if it happened at the beginning of the year, where they were putting in microtransactions and putting in an impossible grind, trying to basically make people give up and go and pay for microtransactions to try to, accomplish whatever it is they're trying to accomplish. Just a minute. Hold on, folks. Hey, I told you to keep it down once. And then when people fussed about the grind and the economy on Destiny 2, what did Activision do? I guess they what did they do? I think they increased the amount. Look at bringing down a hammer. They increased the amount of shit you can earn, but at the same time, they raised it on the back end too. So so they tried some slick shit and people caught it. Ben Taylor, what's up? Then you had Bethesda. Oh my God, the shit they did in such a short amount of time is just mind-boggling. Releasing a broken game, fucking people over with their canvas bag, trying to smooth over the problem by offering them $5 worth of microtransactions. Creating a grind is like damn near impossible. And then working in some microtransactions. Then you have EA, whose depiction of the Second World War was met with a lot of backlash, and they met that backlash by telling people, if you don't like it, don't buy it. I used to be a Destiny fan. Destiny 1 was better than Destiny, was the better Destiny game. Truth be told, I haven't really played enough of either of those games to make a judgment call as to which one is the better game. So, EA's paying the price right now for Patrick Soderlund opening his mouth. Their stocks, I guess, at one point peaked at, I think it peaked at $120 something, and now like last time I was paying attention to that kind of stuff, it was like at about 80 something bucks. And then who else has pulled some fucked up shit? Who else did I mention? We got EA, Activision, Bethesda. And then
oh, someone's already here.
Yeah, you can include Rockstar in that shit too, with that fucked up economy on Red Dead Redemption 2. But for whatever reason, people are not screaming about that shit the way they're screaming about the other publishers that I mentioned. But
why can't I go up
really, what I really wanted to talk about, not so much who's the worst publisher, but all these publishers that I mentioned. No! Hold on a second. Keep it down. Mr. Pyle, what is up? I'm telling you, with this Yeti microphone, stuff comes into my earphones louder than what it actually is, you know. So, like, right there, I just set my phone down. It sounded like I dropped a brick, you know. So, yeah, this is a microphone. This is definitely a sensitive microphone. Testing. Arian Drake, what is up? Uncompetitive. Merry Christmas to you. Nothing. I said, what's up to Mr. Pyle? So I'm wondering, Bethesda's probably the biggest question mark out of those publishers, because I'm curious how these guys are going to approach their next AAA project, being that they kind of burned everybody with these crazy ass microtransactions. You know, in the case of Activision with the Black Ops 4, I guess the game did not meet their expectations, so they promised to turn up the microtransactions. And I don't know if these publishers get it, that you can only go so far with that shit, you know. So I'm beginning to wonder if these AAA publishers are going to push this shit until the bottom completely falls out of it. And then what happens next? You know, is AAA games are they going to die out altogether from third-party publishers, or are they finally going to stop being so fucking greedy and start putting out quality products and not set such high goals that, you know, prompts them to take shortcuts and monetize the shit out of everybody? Darkside Havoc, what is up, dog? Don't call me Danny, what is up? So, you know, Bethesda being a good example. Whatever their next AAA project is, the whole their whole marketing scheme for whatever they come out with next is going to be apologizing for the previous one. Not going to be talking about whether it's a good game or not. They're going to be talking about how they screwed up with Fallout 76. They're going to be talking about how they're going to be more transparent in the future. They're going to be talking shit like, you know, there won't be any pay-to-win microtransactions in there. There won't be any at all, or if they are, they'll be cosmetics. You know, there'll be promises not to release a broken and buggy game and that kind of shit. So whatever their next project is, I truly believe, Reclaimer, what is up? They won't be talking about how good the game is. They'll be talking about how they fucked up on the previous project and promised that this won't be a buggy, broken mess like the previous one. And then if people are dumb enough to buy the game, then they're going to slip the microtransactions in. It's become obvious now that with these third-party developers, it's us against them now. We are not a happy family where they give us a good product and we give them our money. They just throw us bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, and then throw microtransactions after microtransactions on top of it. You know, we're not a happy family. It's us against them now. It's become obvious. Uncompetitive. AAA costs too much to make. This will get worse in the 9th generation. The console PC market is not expanding enough to create all the extra customers they need.
Yes.
I don't know. Can I, you know, uncompetitive? Can I use the a restaurant as an example again. I mean, with these developers, they try to act like they're trying to reach a broader audience so they can have bigger profits. And since they're not meeting their goals, they have to put these microtransactions in to offset the goals that they came up short on. I call bullshit on that. And even if that was the case, it's only so far you can go. Because one thing about corporate greed is these motherfuckers don't know when to stop. They get greedier and greedier and greedier. They get away, you give them an inch and they'll take a foot. You give them a foot, they'll take a yard, so it's no stopping with these motherfuckers. They don't know how to say, okay, maybe we better taper off a little bit and not, go after it so much. It's just uncompetitive. Smaller, cheaper quality games will make indies more money. I've wondered about that. I'm like, is this a golden opportunity for the indie games to step up to the spotlight, because something has got to give. The way this shit is going, something's got to give. Either these publishers are going to have to back off with their monetization schemes, or it's going to get to the point where nobody's going to buy their shit. You're going to, you already seeing shit like with EA, with them already having to slash the price of Battlefield 5, a fucking week after the game came out, and it's still on sale. I saw it for $30 at again at Target. Well, uncompetitive. You said Hellblade was a AAA quality, but very short. So expect more short games that are not buggy. I mean, shit. Don't we kind of have that already with Battlefield 5? People said that campaign was much shorter than Battlefield 1. Something, uncompetitive. You said you should have waited to get Battlefield 5 as you pre-ordered it. I'm telling you, I'm just like, something told me to wait. When they first showed that trailer, this woman with a prosthetic arm that looked like two meat hooks on the front lines doing all kinds of Rambo shit, crawling backwards on the ground while tanks is passing her. She's shooting that shit. I was like, that's just it looked over the top to me. But I still didn't have a problem with it, even though it looked over the top. But when that backlash came, something told me to sit back and wait and see what happens. I said, I wonder if we're going to have another Battlefront situation all over again. Because remember, that game was met with a lot of backlash. And EA tried to damage control it and like talking about giving people a sense of pride and how they don't want to violate Star Wars canon and all that bullshit. And it was like the more EA opened their mouth to try to damage control the shit, the worse they got. And the game fell short of expectations, and the game ended up going on sale more sooner than later. So because of that situation, when this Battlefield 5 shit jumped up, something told me to wait to see what's going to happen. I said, I want to see how this is going to play out, because that was in the back of my mind that I would be furious if I go pay $60 for this game and then it turns around and pops up on sale. But damn, I didn't expect the shit to, be on sale for $30 after a week. Darkside Havoc, third-party devs are after money. The thing is, gamers have to have the resolve not to buy. Don't buy the game, or after getting the game, don't buy microtransactions. Anything we accept will continue. Exactly. And I think right now, the narrative with these developers is that they going fucking nuts with these microtransactions. But whether they're trying to appease investors or whether they're trying to set their own goals, they're not meeting these goals. So these games going on sale more sooner than later. So I think we can establish our own narrative that if we don't buy these games the minute they launch, it will force them to have to lower the price of the game more sooner than later. And yeah, uncompetitive, but now see, but people like some of these developers are getting a little bit slick. They're waiting until the game that they sell the game first and then work the microtransactions in later, you know. Because I think a lot of these developers saw what happened to the Battlefront shit. And I think they know that they better not just drop a bomb on everybody with fucking microtransactions. Even though Activision's been getting away with it, something tells me they may not be so quick to try it on their next game. So all these publishers that I mentioned, Activision, Bethesda, EA, who else did I want to mention? But in any case, all these publishers, whatever their next project is, I think is going to be met with apprehension. I think a lot of people are going to be reluctant to buy the game day one because they want to wait and see what kind of bullshit the publishers are going to put in there. So now I think this shit is going to turn into a chess match where the publishers are not going to have microtransactions in the game when it first launches to try to suck people into buying the game, and then, you know, then put the microtransactions out there. So it's not a matter of if, it's when. When are they going to put the microtransactions in? How are they going to put the microtransactions in where we won't be getting upset and blown up about it? But I think that like maybe a company like Bethesda, like EA, I think even with their stocks plummeting, and maybe even Activision, even with their stocks plummeting, and Microsoft, with the bullshit that they pull, they can afford to take hits because they got the dough to take the hits. But I don't know about a company like Bethesda. I don't know. Like, I think if Bethesda tries to pull that shit again on their next project, we could see a situation where these motherfuckers might be, you know, on the verge of closing their doors. So I think in the case of Bethesda, the question is, like I said, we already know it's going to be a crying song on the next project where they apologizing to people and shit like that. But the question is, will they really mean it, or is they just saying that to draw people in, and then if people get dumb enough to buy their shit, then put the microtransactions in afterwards? So, you know what? How long we've been streaming? About 22 minutes. All right. Game bags, Xbox Live Gold. Well, I have a couple of codes from when I bought my Xbox One S a couple of weeks ago. I have a 1 month code for Game Pass. I don't know how many of you guys will be interested in it, but I will still type the code in. So whoever wants to grab it. And then on the back side of this, there is a code for Xbox Live Gold, but it does not say how long it's for. It doesn't say. It doesn't say whether this is a month. It's probably a 1 month code. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and type in the code. This first code will be for 1 month of Game Pass. I don't have any interest in it. So here we go. We can start punching the numbers in. Oh shit! Probably need to highlight the. All right. Damn it. Something going on here. Let me refresh the page. All right, let's try this again.
What was that?
Oops. All right, folks, I'm still typing. Give me a second.
What, you got here? Oh, no.
You guys can still hear my son in the background. Everybody get ready to spam the chat. All right. Damn, I suck typing. All right, let me proofread this shit before I hit the enter button. A, HR, TH, 4, W, 4, E. Okay, here we go. There you go. That is the code for 1 month of Game Pass. Enjoy it. There are lots of 360 games to choose from. And Sea of Thieves. You can chase pigs into your heart content. Yeah, that is a long ass code. There go, my phone sounded like a brick again when I set it down. Okay, so all right, so start typing in chat, talk to me. Tell me who you think was 2018's worst publisher and why. You know, and then from there, you know, I'll ask you guys what do you think's going to happen on that publisher's next project.
Where? You see links?
Checking some Twitter notifications. Fallout 76, enough said. Oh. I think, Mr. Pyle, I think that Bethesda definitely pulled the most bullshit in the shortest amount of time. No question about that. Konami, damn, I forgot about them on competitive.
Oh, no.
Rod Dewan, Bethesda. Geico, you Naughty Dog playing with my heart with The Last of Us 2. You know what? EA Sports, the one, yeah. You know, Guy Code, I think in 2019, assuming it comes out in 2019, I think that The Last of Us 2 is going to be the closest thing you're going to get to the complete game. It's going to be a great looking game. I believe it's going to be a great and dramatic story. I think yeah, it's going to be a great looking game. I think it's going to have a great story. And I'm under the impression that it's probably going to have multiplayer, because the multiplayer for The Last of Us is still fun. I still enjoy it, even though I haven't played it in a while. But I think that's going to be the closest thing you're going to get to a complete game that won't monetize the shit out of you. I think, yeah, it's probably going to have microtransactions in it, just like The Last of Us. But those microtransactions in The Last of Us was $1 each. You know, unless you bought those packs for $5 or $10, whatever they cost, that give you a bunch of points to use any way you want, to distribute any way you want, to, you know, to get different perks. But I think that I think The Last of Us is going to be the game that's going to have a campaign and a multiplayer, and the multiplayer is probably going to be the least egregious out of all the shit that we've been facing the past year or so, with the shit that, you know, these third-party publishers been pulling. And that was another thing that I wanted to touch on, the direction that this shit is headed in, because it is getting to the point where people are getting fed up with these developers, these publishers pulling bullshit, and they're reluctant to buy these games. And you know, and I said it, Uncompetitive said it in the chat, you know, I think there's only two ways for them to go. And that is, okay, they can keep on pulling this shit and they end up being the death of AAA games. Fatal Charade, what's up? Or they can stop being so fucking greedy and be like Sony, where if you build it, they'll come. I mean, these third-party publishers are acting like Microsoft. I mean, they put out something and they expect crazy amount of money to come back in 3 days. Sony's not putting out these games, you know, even if they single player and perceived to be one and done games, they're not loaded with microtransactions. See any microtransactions in God of War? Cyber Dragon, what's up? See any microtransactions in Shadow of the Colossus? Any microtransactions in Detroit Become Human? You know, I'm fine with DLC, because I think a lot of us, when we finish these single player games, I think a lot of us end up wanting more. So we end up wondering, okay, is DLC coming out? Because I think DLC, even if they pull some shady shit there, I think DLC is probably a way that they can probably make money and everybody still be happy. You give them an extension of the story and you make your money. No, but, you know, that ain't enough for some of these third-party developers. No, DLC ain't enough. You know, they got to, you know, charge you $5 for 500 atoms, but the backpack on there costs 2,000 atoms. Some bullshit like that, you know. Sony's not pulling that kind of bullshit. And I said it before, and people can say that I'm corporate slaving and shit like that, but I think Sony is one of the last beacons of light in gaming. When Sony comes out with a game, nobody's backpedaling to say, oh shit, this game gonna be loaded with microtransactions. Nobody's saying that shit. But mention EA, Activision, Bethesda, Rockstar, Konami. Mention any of those developers and everybody raising an eyebrow, because it's like, okay, how the fuck y'all gonna work these microtransactions in? Yeah, Darkside Havoc, you said you would love some God of War DLC. It was kind of sad there was none. It was bittersweet, because I would have liked some DLC, but at the same time, if they want to leave it there, if they want to leave the story there and then continue the story on a completely new game, I'm fine with that. Okay, what games are being made for PC that could come to next gen console? Star Citizen? I don't know. Mr. Pyle, Rockstar doesn't get a pass with me because the way they laid out that economy for Red Dead Redemption 2, they setting everybody up for those damn shark cards. You know, you loot a body and get 15 cents, but a gun on that game costs $1,000. That's crazy. You know, how many people gonna say fuck that damn grind and gonna go buy a shark card? And you know they're gonna do those shark cards exactly like they did on Grand Theft Auto. I had this, like on Grand Theft Auto, you had this fucked up situation where, let's say, a million, like $10 will get you a million credits, right? But then a particular card that you want end up costing 1.2 million credits, so that $10 you spent on the 1 million credits is not enough. You need another 200,000 credits to go with it to get that card. So if you don't already have that shit in your account, then you got to go add another shark card to the $10 shark card you just bought. Or you could just skip over that and buy a $25 shark card. You know they're going to do that kind of shit on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Already I found a heavy sniper.
You know, a gun going to cost 1,000 credits, which would, let's just say that's going to be the equivalent of, let's say 1,000 credits is going to be the equivalent of $10. Well, a particular gun you want is going to cost, you know, 1,500 credits. Uncompetitive. I didn't play Forza 5 because I think with Forza 5, I think with Forza, I think Forza 3, Forza Horizon, it was a bunch of games where I was burning my own copies. I was burning them, but I wasn't playing them. And Forza 3 was the first Forza where it was obvious that Microsoft was going after the casual gamers, because they watered the game down to try to cater to casual gamers. They was putting in steering assist, braking assist. You know, they made it easier for the casual gamer to just be able to come in and not hit walls and cars not spin out on them, you know, and, you know, have the physics of a real car. So I had got away from Forza 3. I tried Forza 6, but I just couldn't get into it. And then in Forza 7, the current one that's out right now, I just can't play it because people are just too dirty in that game. There's no penalty system in place to stop people from playing dirty. You know, you get on the side of somebody and you're about to pass them and they'll knock you straight off the road. They're in 13th place, but they can't stand the thought of somebody going past them. They don't understand. They don't understand real racing. People on GT Sport who understand real racing, if you're in 13th place and the car is about to pass you, let him pass you. Let him go past you and then get behind him and slipstream him. And that way you two can actually, like, some people don't realize that in GT Sport, people work together to get to the front of the pack. They'll slipstream each other to get to the front of the pack instead of trying to knock each other off the road. And if you want to be more competitive in Forza, there's always the loot boxes. Just I just can't play Forza. To me it's not a bad game, but the mentality over there, I mean, Somebody, somebody in 12th place, they act like if they fall down to 13th place, it's the worst thing in the world that ever happened to them. So if anybody come near them, they're going to knock them off the road. I can't race like that, So I think they needed to put a penalty system in place to encourage clean racing. If this shit gonna be some racing where you knocking each other off the fucking road, then change the name to Burnout or something like that, where the shit is intentional. JP Local, that's why I have so much faith in Sony and a lot of these third-party Japanese developers. Okay, let me see what time we got. It is 8 o'clock. Like I said, I want to be done. I want to wrap this up. By the time,
Wait, I'm going back to
hold on. I want to have this wrapped up by the time that Royal goes on. So I am, like I said, it might only be 1 month. I don't even know if it's even worth this Xbox Live Gold. It's only going to be a 1 month membership, chances are. And no, it's for 14 days. I don't even know if it's even worth it. Not only that, if you already have Xbox Live Gold, it's not going to let you use this. I think it's only going to be to like for new people. I can type the code in if you guys want to try it. I'll go ahead and type the code in if anybody wants to snag it up and try it. It couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt to try. So I'll go ahead and type this in, and then I'll get ready to give away one of these physical discs here. But I will say I got, at the very least, I've got 2 physical discs that I'm going to give away. The stipulation is you must have a Twitter account so I can get in touch with you when we get off of here, so I know where to send it at. Now I guess the other catch is you got to be in the United States, because if they still do this shit the way they used to with the NTSC or whatever format and the PAL format, this physical disc probably wouldn't work in Europe. So fear not, I do have a plan for you guys tonight for the Europeans. I will do something tonight. I'm going to do a couple of giveaways, and it'll all be figured out. JP Loco, I think a lot of the shit that Sony catches is racism. A lot of people here in America cannot stand to see an American company losing. I think as a country, America is one of the biggest sore losers on the planet. When it comes to this gaming thing, I don't give a shit who's winning as long as they're giving me value for my dollar. Sony is giving you the better value. That's why they are winning. But these Xbots don't care about quality and value and shit like that. They just want Microsoft to win. And they don't support the damn shit. How the fuck you expect them? How the fuck you expect them to win if you don't support them? You got a whole bunch of people sitting back saying Xbox is the best bot. They want Microsoft to win. In console sales, they want Microsoft to win. In user engagement, they want Microsoft to win. In this, they want Microsoft to win. In that, but they do not buy shit. They don't do nothing. You said Sony's doing a lot of pro-consumer moves, but get overlooked in favor of bigger companies like Microsoft and EA. See, Sony's not competing with EA. I mean, that's a vicious cycle over there on the Xbox side. From Microsoft's standpoint, how can you expect us to build shit? How do you expect us to, could give you quality content if you're not buying it? Yeah, go ahead, clarify that. I get what you're saying. JP Loco. But in the case of EA, see, EA is getting the negative press that it deserves. Microsoft, on the other hand, is pulling a bunch of bullshit, but the media bands together to still say a bunch of positive shit about them. And so I know what you meant, but I was still throwing my spin on it because that's really fucked up. That Sony is giving you value for your money, but they get a lot of negative press and media banding together to try to vilify them. Microsoft gives you a bunch of bullshit, gives you a new console every 3 months and give you a new controller every 3 days, but don't give you any fucking games. But you got these IGN bitches always saying good shit about Microsoft. And you see these other YouTube bitches, you know, putting out videos saying this is why you should buy an Xbox over a PlayStation, over some funky ass features and not the content. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jaku, I can't argue with that because I don't live in Spain, so I don't know how they acting over there. But it still goes back to what I was trying to say, that Sony, I think they give you value for your money. Even if it is a single player game and it might be something that I only play once, if it is a good quality game with a good story, then I'm satisfied. In the case of Microsoft, you know, they've been releasing broken bullshit and they get a pass because they buried it inside a Game Pass. And then people start this narrative, well, you're only paying $10 a month. Yeah. That shit adds up. If I pay $10 a month for the entire year, that's $120 that I pay. That's 2 games. You know, this shit, you know, if Microsoft gonna be going down this route, they ought to be calling this shit, you know, broken Game Pass and not Game Pass. Either way, you pay your money for it. You said every Korean game software company are worse than EA. Wow. George Bush said $10 a month is all you need with your Xbox for Game Pass. I can't see it because as far as the 360 games that are on Game Pass, I said it before. I was burning my own games. I had damn near 300 games that I burned on the 360. So if I still wanted to play 360 games, I would have kept that 360. And then everybody already knows that this current generation, they just don't have that many. They don't have that many exclusives at all, and they're not compelling. So no, there's nothing on. They just don't have enough content on Game Pass for me to justify dropping $10 a month. I would be paying $10 a month just to pay $10 a month if I was to sign up for Game Pass. You said you think Game Pass is great, but I already own or play most games I want on there. That's the whole point. I just can't see it. It's overloaded with 360 games and current bullshit. And let's face it, a lot of people that fuck with Game Pass only did it because it was a low risk, high reward way of looking at Sea of Thieves and looking at State of Decay. Because even the hardcore Xbots that praised Microsoft didn't talk like they was going to jump up and go buy Sea of Thieves or State of Decay day one. They didn't say shit about buying it. They were talking about getting it on Game Pass. So I question, if there was no such thing as Game Pass, how quick would they have been to jump up and buy Sea of Thieves or State of Decay? And Forza, just to me, this like Forza, it's a great looking game, but I can't play it because I'm not into that arcade racer shit. Burnout Paradise, Need for Speed, all that kind of shit. I'm not into those kind of games. I like simulators. I like real life shit. Uncompetitive. You pay full price for Sea of Thieves? I seen that coming from a mile away that game was going to be bullshit. I'm not going to lie. The first trailer I saw of Sea of Thieves, I thought it was an indie game, and I thought it was going to be a game that was only going to cost about 20 or 30 bucks, 40 at the most. That is not a AAA game. That is one of the biggest ripoffs this generation. To pass that indie-looking bullshit as a AAA game. Exactly, JP Local. You said Crap Gamer canceled his shit to try it on Game Pass. It's a safety valve. Game Pass to me isn't a great feature. It's a fucking safety valve. You want to try a game, pay $10. You try the game, it's bullshit, you cancel your membership. It only costs you $10. That's why people's fucking with Game Pass, not because it's got a bunch of games on it that they absolutely want to play. It's a safety valve. It's it's a parachute. And I won't even do that. I won't even pay the $10 just to try a game and then get out of it. Because I know how Microsoft lays this shit out, where it's not that easy to just hit a cancel button and be done. You gotta go jump through some hoops and go to their fucking website and shit like that to shut off the auto renew. So now fuck that. I'm not gonna waste anybody's time giving away a 14-day membership of Xbox Live with Gold, because it actually might get you in more trouble than you bargained for, because even with this 14-day trial, you still going to need to submit a credit card, and when the 14 days are up, they will charge your credit card. They will charge it one of two ways. They will either charge you $10 a month until you finally shut it off, or they're going to charge you $50 for the whole year. So I don't want, that's basically a trap. So I'm not even going to give that code away. So what I will do for the next giveaway, like I said, you have to be in the United States here. I have this Monster Hunter World that I bought on Black Friday. It's not even open. It's still in the wrapper. So what I did was, shout out to Ryan, the professional. He sent me the link of the randomizer that he used. So Ian Robinson, what's up? So if you want to, if you want your name to be put into a random name picker, just type the number 1 into the chat, and I'll copy and paste your name into the random picker. And after about 5 or 10 minutes, when I'm ready to pick a winner, I'll share my screen so you guys can see who the winner is going to be. Now, this is where you got to have a Twitter account. All right, let's get this thing cracking. We got Guy Code Reclaimer. Hold on. Copy. Paste. Get on back here. Say Dragon. Whoops.
up here just so it's more faster to get down here. I thought you said no building.
All right, let me come back here. Cool.
Destroy it.
This is for a physical copy of Monster Hunter World. If patient fire, like I said, you got to be in the United States so I can mail it to you, because I don't want to have to, because I don't know what kind of shit I would have to go through to send it to Canada or something like that, and then this physical disc probably won't work in Europe. So, Jamal King, what's up? I will give it a few more minutes, because right now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that wanted to jump in for this copy of Monster Hunter World. And when I'm ready to pick a winner, I'll share my screen and hit the, pick a random name, and whoever wins, I will put a sticky note onto this copy of Monster Hunter World. And you will need to type your Twitter into the chat, and then I will contact you, directly, so I can get your address and send it out to you. I only do digital where you live. Oh, nothing but the finer things, huh, Robert McLeod? Like Dave Chappelle, bad boy, nothing but the finest. I got to close the studio down. But if y'all go and grab me some Cambodian breast milk, then I'll leave the studio open.
It's actually 8:14.
You know what, Guy Code? No, you know what, not Guy Code. You're not out. You're not out. What you can do, Guy Code, if you end up winning, contact me directly through the PlayStation. Because the reason for that is because I need your address. So if we're friends on the PlayStation, then just, then we'll talk that way.
No.
Well, you said, well, then type in the number 1, George Bush, assuming you live in the United States, type in the number 1, and I'll put you in the random name picker.
No.
Copy. All right. I see you, Skyfall. Bad to the bone. I see y'all. Okay. We get Skyfall. Copy. I see you, bad to the bone. Copy. Paste. All right. Cool. Your PSN is Giari 45. Okay. All right. We'll cross that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, because I'm still copying and pasting it. Oh, give me a second, people. I am going to go grab a ice cold drink of ginger ale and mango juice. So for those who still want to be included to this giveaway, type the number 1 in. Again, make sure you live in the United States. You know what? Uncompetitive. You said Craig Harris asked a very good question. If Anaconda is more powerful than the Kraken, then what would his games look like if Kraken is 4K 60? George, what you said? Bring me a ham sandwich. No, not ham sandwich. A ham sandwich, not sandwich. Sandwich. Yeah, mispronounced that shit on purpose. Sandwich. Then I'm making me a sandwich. Okay. Give me a second to grab a drink, and then uncompetitive. We're gonna touch on that subject you just said right there, because I agree with 100% with what One Stop for Gamers said. I'll be right back.
No, I have my own shotgun. No, I have my own. Let me find my loot first, because I need the ability. Wait, let me find a shotgun first. Hide.
Ooh, wee, that is so delicious. Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple of more minutes. Anybody else interested in a copy of this Monster Hunter World Type of 1 in there? You know, so uncompetitive, what you were talking about the two councils, One Stop for Gamers pretty much said it. Both of those councils are going to be identical. And he pointed out one of the reasons why it's going to be necessary for Microsoft to try to get their console out before the PS5, because both consoles probably going to be able to do 4K 60. The difference is Sony going to have games ready to go for their console, and it's probably going to be better looking games. They're probably going to be more compelling games. So what can Microsoft sell you? Because it's obvious that power don't mean shit, because look what's going on between the Pro and the Xbox One X. And if all you got to hang your hat on is that our console does 4K 60 and you got no games, then it's going to be critical that you get out in front of the PlayStation. You know, and I had already put my own spin on it. I had already said the next Xbox is more powerful. You know, but the thing about it is, how the fuck can they say that it's more powerful than when they don't even know the specs of the PS5? How can you say that the next Xbox is faster, you know, more powerful than the competition when you don't even know the specs of the competition? That's Misi. You took the words right out of my mouth. I had already told everybody this. The spin that I had put on it, I had said, based on the way I put it, I had said based on customer satisfaction and based on customer loyalty, the score is already 80 million PS5, 30 million Xbox. The PlayStation is going to jump out right out the gate. Microsoft is not going to be able to sell their console. They are not going to be able to outsell the PS5 based on content. The only way they have a chance of making a dent into this gaming market, into the console market, is to get their console out in front of the PS5. Hence, I had named it the race for 2019. I have been saying this shit for months. I have been saying this shit as far back as February. I got the receipts. You can go back and see videos that I made before I started doing these live streams. I made videos where I said that the race for 2019. I have said it on God knows how many occasions that the only chance, whatever Microsoft is trying to sell, the only way they have a chance to sell that shit is to make sure it gets out before the PS5. That's why I went off and made these crazy ass predictions that something's going to release in PS5 in 2019. I think the PS5 is going to release in 2019. I think that that Microsoft is going to try to undercut them and get their console out a week earlier or 2 weeks earlier. I mean, technically, that's what happened in 2013, that the PlayStation 4 released a couple of weeks before the Xbox One. It had more power and it was $100 less. Boom, right out the gate. That spelled disaster right out the gate for Xbox, along with the dumb shit that they was trying with that DRM, along with the dumb shit they tried of trying to capture the casual gamer by trying to this TV shit.
Why are you building for me?
And Microsoft won't give up going after the casual gamer. That's why they keep fucking up. Sony knows to stay with the core gamer. You start with the core gamer and that shit gonna spread out. It starts with us, the hardcore gamer. And then somebody who's not so sure about what console to get, they're gonna consult us and say, which is the better console?
I don't know.
Out of that 80-something million PlayStations that they sold this generation, some of them was sold just on advice alone. Some of those consoles were sold just because that person consulted one of their friends and said, which is the better console? Said there's a new fighting game called Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, whatever the hell that is. That sounds like a PC game. All right, everybody, I'm gonna share my screen and going over to this randomizer, and we're gonna pick a name and see who wins this Monster Hunter. So let me share my screen real quick. All right, random name picker. You see that tab right there? Here we are. You see all those names in there: Geico, Reclaimer, Saint Dragon, Jakku, Impatient Fire, George Bush, Skyfall, Bad to the Bone. Right there it says pick a random name. Here we go. Reclaimer. You see it right there. Reclaimer's the winner. Congratulations, Reclaimer. All right, let me stop sharing. All right, let's get back. All right, we're back to where we at. Congratulations, Reclaimer. Let me grab this sticky pad. So, Reclaimer, do you do have a Twitter, do you not? Because, like I said, because you could choose from warm or cold temps. Hey, don't worry though. I still got another one that I'm going to give away. The next one I'm going to give away is Far Cry 5. So, so it's not over. That's going to be the next giveaway. But right now, let me grab a sticky pad real quick, put Reclaimer's name on it, and attach it to. Okay, you do have a Twitter. Shoot me a Twitter real quick. Reclaimer, what's your Twitter so I can write it down on this sticky pad, and then I will be in touch with you tonight or tomorrow to get your address, and then we'll get it in the mail. probably the day after Christmas. It's Reclaimer. Just a minute. Reclaimer 1334. All right, Reclaimer, we got you. I will be in touch with you. There we go. One down. Now the Far Cry 5, that's going to be the next one up for the randomizer. Let me get up here and clear. Let me get up here and clear all these things out. All right, give me a second, everybody. I'm wiping this thing clean. All right, cool. Does anyone confirm if you can buy Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 on the PlayStation Store? I don't know. Where we at? 8:30? Hold on. Where's my phone? Lions got the ass whipped again. Okay. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do for the European homies in here. What I tried to do was I tried to go to G2A to find European PS4 keys, and it didn't cover the entire continent, just countries within the continent. You know, Germany, UK, that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is, when I'm ready to do the European giveaway, all my European people in here, when I say I'm ready to do the giveaway, same as before, type a number 1. I'll copy and paste. See, I get what you're saying, overdone, but there's a reason why I'm doing things the way I'm doing it. So basically, what I'm going to do is, all my Europeans, when I'm ready to do the giveaway, type the number 1 in. I'll put you in the randomizer. Whoever wins, I will contact you on, you let me know which country you live in, and then we'll work it out what I'm going to give you, what kind of code I'm going to give you, so there ain't no issues. Use Amazon, huh? So yeah, we can do it like that. When we're ready to go use Amazon or see here. So I'm gonna have to end up having a let me go to Amazon real quick. Whoops. Let me see. Let's see here. I'm still looking. Give me a second, everybody. Yes. Still trying to figure this out.
There you go.
Digital code. Is for Euro code.
Handles on. Handles on. Handles on.
Okay, so if I guess if everybody agrees that you know,
Yeah.
you know what, I think I know how we can do this. Impatient Fire, you was born in the UK. Damn. Okay, so here's how I think we can do this. If you live in Europe, you'll type a 1 in. You'll type in the number 1. I'll put your name in a randomizer. Whoever wins, we'll keep in contact through Twitter. And you send me a link on Amazon. You send me a link to, like, I'll give you the equivalent of 25 or 30 bucks, and you find something that fits within that on Amazon. You send me the link, I'll pay for it, and then I'll send you the code to it. And so by you sending me the link to whatever it is you're looking for, then that saves me the trouble of having to navigate through this page, because I'm not quite understanding how to find these European keys through Amazon. So if you know what you're looking for, then you can send me the link, and then like I said, I can buy it and then give you the code back directly through Twitter. You said you're giving away a date with 2 twins that look like the 2010 Kim Kardashian. Yeah, but we got to make sure it's a woman, though, because these days you got too many dudes looking like women.
Let me do the same thing that you're doing.
Can I give away a weekend at the Playboy Mansion? Fuck that. I'm taking the weekend myself. I ain't giving that shit away. Oh my God, that mango and ginger ale so delicious. All right, y'all. Let's give away this Far Cry 5. If you want, same deal, you got to be in the United States. If you want to be considered for this for the giveaway for Far Cry 5, type in the number 1. I'll put your name in the randomizer. You know, we'll give it about 5 or 10 minutes for everybody to put the name in, and then we'll have a winner. Jakku, you the first one. Hold on, let me copy it. Let me copy and paste you. Got the blue copy. Paste. Kaboom. All right. Don't everybody pick at once. Yeah, this Far Cry 4, this Far Cry 5 is for the PS4. Yes, it is. Nope, it is the physical disc, Robert McLeod. Sorry. Impatient Fire, that's cool. I wish we could get these Far Cry 5 on account of being born in Europe, even if we don't live there. Wanye Tudor, what is up? I'm currently getting ready to give away a physical copy of Far Cry 5. So if you want to be considered for this drawing, type in the number 1, and I'll put your name in the randomizer.
Let's see if I can... Okay, you're going farther. You're going farther.
No, this doesn't show that I'm biased against Xbox, George Bush. I have the majority of my games are on the PlayStation, but all the physical games that I had on the Xbox, I gave them away. Media bias featuring Lincoln. Oh, come on, overdone.
Yes.
PlayStation is my preferred console. That's not biased. It's preference. PS King, what is up? There's definitely some media bias towards Sony. What's up, PS King?
Yes, I'm already Tracer.
Yeah, what the hell wrong with y'all? Y'all act like y'all don't want this Far Cry 5. Right now, we only got 2 people entered for it. We got Jakku and Wanye Tuda. Shit.
I guess I'm already Tracer.
There we go. Saint Dragon, let me put you in. Bad to the bone. Let me put you in. Copy. Paste you in there, Saint Dragon. Hold on. Let me get you bad to the bone. Copy. Paste. You in there, bad to the bone. PS King, I'm giving away a physical copy of Far Cry 5. If you want to be entered to win it, all you have to do is type a number 1 into the chat. The only catch is you have to be a resident of the United States and you either have to have a Twitter account or you need to be able to get in touch with me on the PlayStation so I can get your information where to mail it to if you should win it. So Twitter's easier, but if you don't have a Twitter account, then you can still contact me through the PlayStation Network, and I can get your information that way.
Yeah, that's sweet. Takes forever.
The Xbox itself isn't trash. The console isn't trash. Microsoft has just made it unappealing. It's just, Microsoft is, I'm in the US, so okay. All right, PS King, let me copy and paste your name. Yeah, it's a physical copy, Wanye. That's why I was stressing that they got to be in the United States, so I can get the so I can get the address where to send it to. One thing I noticed, because the Far Cry 5, I caught it on sale on Black Friday for $25. It's not a bad game. I just there is no catch, Wanye Tuda. This is me, on December 17th. That is my 1-year anniversary of being on YouTube. That's when I put out my very first YouTube video. So this is just me celebrating and giving back the support. I appreciate everybody that supported my channel, so I'm just giving the love back. So I appreciate everybody who supported me throughout this year, and this channel has far exceeded my expectations. I mean, hell, I did a fucking backflip when I hit 50 subscribers. This is the one area where I admit this is one of the features where Xbox has an advantage over PlayStation, because you can buy shit as a gift. And as far as that goes, if you have an Xbox, like when I get ready to do this, do the European giveaway, if you have an Xbox and there's a game that you want on the Xbox, then yeah, I don't think there's any gifting on a PS4, because if there was gifting on a PS4, this shit would be so much easier. That's why I'm having to do all this navigating, Fatal Charade. So you're only on here for the giveaways and you're not ashamed to admit it? Damn. Well, if you hear, you hear. Oh, gifting on the Xbox is region locked? Oh, that's fucked up. I guess it ain't gonna be that simple then. If it's region locked on the Xbox, it ain't gonna be that simple. All right, people, let me look at this randomizer.
Oh, I am?
Spartan God, what is up? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people entered for the copy of Far Cry 5. So I'll give it a couple of more minutes if anybody else wants to enter it real quick.
Wait, send me an invite. What? Wait, why did you leave? I don't know.
You don't want it. Maybe Far Cry 5 don't want you, Spartan God. No, take that.
Well, he says he's at home. He says home.
And patient, I see the number 1. Hold on.
No, it just says home. Like the home.
Paste. All right, Impatient Fire, you in there. Linland, what the hell is that? Viva la France. You know, the fact of the matter is, you know, Far Cry 5 is not a bad game. I do see some similarities to the very first Saints Row game with Far Cry 5. But the fact of the matter is, this is going to be a game that's just going to sit around and collect dust. I have the utmost confidence that this game will turn up on sale again. So I'll just worry about it when it turns up on sale again. All right, then, Spartan God, you remember you got to live in the United States, but I'll put you in. All right, Spartan God is in there. Saints Row 1, Los Carnales was my most hated games. Was my most hated game, the Carnaleses. I think out of those 3 gangs, I think the Carnaleses was the worst ones. Ryan Landis, what is up? Merry Christmas to you. I think the Carnaleses was the worst ones. Now the Rollers, to me, they seem more interested in stealing car parts, you know.
Okay. Oh, dang it.
So I played Saints Row 1. I didn't play all of Saints Row 2. You said the Rollers mission had you rolling? You know, I think with the with the Rollers and the Vice Kings, you had some inside shit going on. Whereas the Carnaleses didn't really seem to have any inside shit going on. You know, with the Vice Kings, you had that chick Tanya. You know, her and Benjamin King's right-hand man, they turned on him. And then with the Rollers, you had that girl that was undercover, and you was in there with her going undercover. So it was some inside shit going on. It wasn't like that with the Carnaleses. Them motherfuckers was rough. You said, oh, the Rollers mission had you rolling. Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, duh. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go grab another glass. I'm gonna go grab another glass of mango and ginger ale, and when I come back in a couple of minutes, we'll get ready to pick a winner for the Far Cry 5.
No, the reason why is because this mic's very sensitive. It can hear every sound. Oh, you're watching a stream? Let me see the title of the stream. Are you watching who was 2018's worst publisher? That's what I'm watching. Who was 2018's worst publisher? That's what I'm watching. That's the title of the stream. No.
Okay. All right, everybody. I'm back. Ice cold glass of mango and ginger ale.
Panda is, yeah, right now Panda's watching my dad.
Damn, no, it's been about 6.5 years since I had a drink. God damn. All right, y'all. Let me share my screen so we can go over here to the randomizer and pick a winner for Far Cry 5. Share. All right, y'all. Excuse the burp. Let me switch screens. There's the random name picker tab. All right, everybody. You see the names in there: Jakku, Wanye, Saint Dragon, Bad to the Bone, PS King, Impatient Fire, DJ Almighty God. Damn, well, I said this shit backward. Almighty Spartan God, my bad. But anyway, y'all see the names that's in there, and y'all see the button right there that says pick a random name. I'm getting ready to click the button right about now. Wanye Tuda is the winner. Right there, Wanye Tuda is the winner. Congratulations, you have won a copy of Far Cry 5. Stop sharing. Oh yeah. And Wanye Tuda, your Twitter is Wakanda Wande, am I right?
Okay, I'll invite him. Let me first invite Mikey and Ashley.
Michael Sayers, what is up? Yeah, Wanye Tuda, I just want to double check that your Twitter is it not Wakanda Wan? Because that's how I plan to get in contact with you so I can get the information where to send it at. Impatient Fire, you blame Sony for not having crossplay for you losing. Okay, I got you. So I'm going to take this sticky pad and attach it right here to Far Cry 5. So Reclaimer won the copy of Monster Hunter World, and Wanye Tuda won the copy of Far Cry 5. The next giveaway will be from my European homies. So if you and let me go ahead and clear out the random name picker. So for my European homies, I'm gonna do two giveaways. like I said, it's going to be, the equivalent of 25, 30 bucks. So the way this is going to work is give away my house. Shit, I never owned a house. Shit. How can you give away what you don't have? So the way this is going to work is when we're ready to do it, you type in the number 1, put your name in the randomizer. Whoever wins, to make it easier for me, you go to Amazon and pick out whatever it is you're looking for, whether it's a $25 PSN card or a game that you might find on sale for 25 or 30 bucks, whatever it is. Find out what it is, send me the link to it, and then I'll pay for it, and then I'll send you back the code to it through Twitter directly. So that's how we're gonna do that, because I had to find a way to include my European homies. Can't leave y'all out. You've been big supporters of this channel. Definitely appreciate it. So it's already 9 o'clock. I wonder if Draco's still gonna go on, because I don't see any kind of notification from him, because I'm subscribed to his channel. Oh, you know what? If I remember correctly, I think last week on this podcast, I think he said he might be done.
Well, you're not the owner of it.
You said I could probably buy a digital Amazon gift card and give it to him? See, but that has me concerned, because you said, the Europeans just want FIFA pretty much. See, the thing about buying a Amazon card, what about the Asia subs? Damn, now y'all got me all fucked up. Well, like I said, whatever country you're from, go find what you're looking for on Amazon for 25, 30 bucks, and then send me the link to the page, and then and then we'll go from there. I'll buy it and then send you the code back. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get this started. If you in Europe and you want to be entered to win, 25, 30 bucks equivalent to whatever it is you want to buy on Amazon in your respective country, go ahead and type a 1 in there, and I'll put you in the drawing.
Yes.
Spartan God, all these giveaways that I've been doing was in North America, and we got European subs, and I didn't want to leave them out, so I was trying to find the best way to include them, and this is what I came up with. So if you're in Europe and you want to be included, type in the number 1. Like I said, if you win, you go to Amazon, find what you're looking for, and then send me a link back to that page. And then that way I know that you'll get what you're looking for, because I don't want to buy it here and then send you the code, and then it ends up being some region locked shit. So in the meantime, does it count if I want to go to Europe? Shit, I want to see Europe myself, tell you the truth. I just don't want to be on a plane for God knows how many hours. And I would be scared to take a cruise. Even if a cruise went that far, I would be scared to take a cruise, because those cruise ships look so goddamn tall, and those things just look like if one hard ass wave hit that shit, it might tip it over. You said just buy the gift card, send me the code, and you'll figure out how to give it to them after you already spent it, huh? So I'll give it a few minutes, you know. So y'all Europeans, type in that number one. If y'all want to get entered, type in the number one. So let me go to N4G in the meantime to see what kind of news is going on. Nope, didn't see nothing that looked like it was worth talking about. You said those ships get pretty. See, like those ships, you just said it. Those ships get pretty big crossing the Atlantic. And from what I'm seeing, that over the decades, it looked like these cruise ships have gotten taller and taller, not wider and wider. So I get a little bit worried that those ships might be top heavy. And if it starts to lean one way, that shit gonna tip over. And I don't know. I think that I feel like the way they put these ships together these days, like carriers, they put the shit together in pieces. And I'm scared that if one of those ships, tip over, or some kind of big ass wave slam the shit out of one of those ships, it might break it in half. Oh, don't call me Danny. You said you were on a plane where the landing gear didn't come out. What happened?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Fuck. The thing about it, if I was on a ship that was going to sink, that you don't trust nobody who knows how to drive a ship or fly a plane. I mean, they the next closest thing to God because your life is in their hands. You said the Titanic sinking still freaks me out. I don't see, the thing about it is I still feel like the ship was sunk deliberately. I don't think based on the documentary that I saw, I don't think they meant to sink the ship. I don't know if they meant to sink the ship by way of hitting the iceberg on purpose. There was a fire brewing in the bottom of the ship. There was, and they were able to keep it from the inspectors. They were able to keep it hidden from the inspectors because the inspectors believed they were on a new ship. So they didn't go through the ship from front to back. They just assumed, okay, this is a brand new ship. The Olympic went before it, worked perfectly. Everything should be fine with this ship. They stamped it, and then that was it. They didn't know that they were on, if that theory is right, they didn't know that they were on the Olympic again because the name had been changed to the Titanic. So from what I believe, there was a fire brewing in the bottom of the ship. And rather than put that fire out, they put more coal on top of it. And I guess that's like, out at sea, that's like workers' worst nightmare on the ship. When the ship, I guess once the ship had came back, we'll catch you later, Jamal. When the ship came back, I guess all the workers that were on the ship, when they got off the ship, they did not sign to go on to work on the next cruise. Only like 3 people re-signed to go back on the ship. The other ones didn't. So I think what they planned to do was tell people there was a problem, tell them that the ship was filling with smoke, what have you, and get them off the ship. And then once everybody is off the ship, then I think they were going to sink it. I don't think they planned to sink it and then try to have everything in place to get everybody off the ship before it sunk. So I think they meant to sink the ship on purpose, but I don't think it was meant to hit it that way, do it that way. I really think them hitting the iceberg was an accident. I think they had no intentions of hitting an iceberg. I think they, like I said, I think they were going to use that fire that was brewing in the bottom of the ship as the excuse to get everybody off the ship, you know, saying that the ship was filling up with smoke. Once they got them off of the ship, then I think they were going to sink it. I don't know if they were going to use that fire at the bottom of the ship. You know, I don't know if they were going to count on that exploding and blowing out the bottom of the ship so it could sink. I don't know. Ryan Landis, that's what I see. That's what I'm saying. I think their intentions were to say that the ship was filling up with smoke, get everybody off of the ship onto the rescue ship, and then once the rescue ship was far enough away from them, they were going to sink it on. I think they were going to sink it on purpose. All right, Jaku, we'll catch you later. Nobody wants to seem to put the number 1 in for Europe, so I guess we'll give that part a try. On my next podcast, I will, you know, give it a try again to see if anybody else wants to jump in on that. You said that fire must have warped and buckled the steel below too. Yeah, it did, and because they believe, you know, that they think that had something to do with why the ship broke in half, because the heat from that fire, you know, compounded by the ice cold water, made that metal weaker, and they think that's why the ship broke in half the way it did. But I think the ship broke in half right at the weak spot. There was a weak spot in the ship where there were passages that carried air down to the boiler workers, and that's where the ship snapped in half at.
He did nothing wrong. Jeez.
You said you're running adventure mode and Smash with your girl. You talking about Smash Brothers? You want to watch some videos about the Bermuda Triangle? One of these days I'll get into that. I really don't know nothing about that, to tell you the truth, except the basic shit that you heard. But one of these days I'll do, you know, uncompetitive. My great grandfather's book was on board, which had an inlaid peacock feather in the cover, which is bad luck. Woof. If that book was on board, but your grandfather wasn't on board, then it wasn't exactly that much of bad luck. So I don't think it's bad luck, because how can something be bad luck that you intend to do? They intended to sink that ship. Because you have to keep in mind that the Olympic was broadsided by a British battleship that had an underwater ram that was designed to tear holes in ships. Now, from the documentary that I saw, Olympics insurance would not pay to get the ship fixed. And because the ship had a bent keel, they had to get it fixed, because they said the ship would never pass another inspection, which means the ship would have had to been taken out of service until they get it fixed. And based on that documentary that I was saying, they were saying that they was going to have to basically cut the ship in half and put a new keel in the middle of it, and then put it back together again. And for what it was going to cost, it wasn't going to be worth the money. They couldn't scrap the ship out because they wouldn't have got near as much money as they paid, you know, to build the ship. And if they didn't get the Olympic, you know, back in service and turn in a profit for them, because they were on the verge of bankruptcy, so they were a desperate company. And so how is it that they were able to get that ship, the Titanic, the so-called Titanic, how is it that they were able to get that ship to make its maiden voyage in the middle of a coal strike? If somebody predicted the Titanic was going to crash, Alabama Jones, what is up? They probably knew about it. Now, there's a story about some dude called Patty the Pig that was going around telling everybody at bars that the ships had been switched. But I guess a lot of people wrote him off as somebody who was just drunk and was telling lies and was telling people all kinds of crazy shit just so people would keep buying him drinks. Uncompetitive, I heard something to that effect. Somebody told me that, like, I guess like the day that those ships flew into the towers, that a lot of people were told not to come to work that day. But I don't need that stuff to know that shit, there's a conspiracy there, because keep in mind that those towers got demolished right after Bush became president, which him and his father is war crazy. And they used that shit to start a war. So they the ones sunk that. They're the ones that dropped those fucking towers, not the Afghanistans. Bush dropped that damn tower. When you stop and look at it, when he took over as president, which that election looked shady, because they kept having the Florida recount where his brother was the governor of Florida. That's where they kept having the recounts at. And then he was getting ready to take the United States to court to become president of the United States. He becomes president. The economy and unemployment is still fucked up. And what happens? We go to war and make everybody forget all about that shit. Every time we go to war, everybody forgets about what kind of bullshit is going on in this country. All they know is go over there and kick their ass. That's all people know how to say. So I find it a coincidence that right after he become president, those towers get smashed. And then we go into war with them, just like his father went to war. So you can't tell me there wasn't no bullshit there. You know, Bush knocked them towers down. So the minute I saw that, when they showed that clip where Bush was at a classroom full of kids and one of his advisors came and whispered in his ear that the towers was knocked down, I was like, motherfucker, you know, you did it. So I don't know why y'all acting like, you know. So I don't know. I'd like, that's a subject that I don't know. I really don't care to get into that much, because there's a lot of dumb patriotic motherfuckers in this country that really believe that Afghanistan's knocked that shit down. They did not do that. Matter of fact, a person told me, a person that reads a lot of Time Life magazines, told me that the real reason that we went to war with Afghanistan is because we paid them a shitload of money to let a pipeline go through Afghanistan, and they took the money and basically said, fuck you. So this shit with the towers was just a smokescreen to go after them.
Keeps shooting me with a bow and arrow.
I mean, shit. Of course, Bush was gonna sit there and keep listening to kids uncompetitive, because everything went as planned. The towers got knocked down. Okay, you know, schedule my press conference so I can let everybody know we're going to war with Afghanistan. You know, that's one thing about this fucking country, man. I think, like, unemployment can be fucked up in this country. The gas prices can be fucked up in this country. Everything can be fucked up in this country. But as soon as one of these presidents ready to go to war, they will forget all about everything that is fucked up in this country. Donald Trump is one of the, he might be one of the worst presidents in the history of the United States. But I'm, and there's a lot of people that do not favor him. But let him talk about going to war, and they gonna forget all about all the shit that he done. Because you got some bloodthirsty motherfuckers in this country that just want us to go to war. And it's easy to want to go to war when we have the abilities to annihilate other countries without setting a soldier on there. We have the ability to annihilate these countries without sending a single soldier down on the ground. So it's a lot easy. It's easy to say, let's go beat up on people when you're not putting yourself in danger. We got a lot of drunk ass motherfuckers in this country that love for us to go to war, but let them talk about having another draft and motherfuckers, threaten and let them talk about having another draft and drafting people to go to war. I bet you they won't be so quick to say, let's go kick their ass. They won't be saying that shit. Oh, hey, I said it before, and I dare say it again. I think Trump's assassination would be a great day in the history of the United States. Only his impeachment would be a greater day. Because if he was assassinated, it would be a great day for American history, but somebody would just come up and finish what he started. But if he was impeached, that would be the greatest day in American history. So shit, little old me with 400 subs, like they gonna come looking for me with shit. There's a lot of people that die in this country for some inhumane reasons. And this so-called president turns a blind eye to some of this shit that's going on. So if he got assassinated, it would not hurt my feelings one single bit. The only fucked up part about Trump getting assassinated is that whoever would take over as president after him would just finish what he started. So that's why I say his impeachment would be the greatest day in the history of the United States, because it would remove him and his way of thinking.
Let me just get one more emerald. Need one more emerald for you.
So I don't know, but I spent more time than I wanted to talking about that bullshit because, just like the sound of Donald Trump's name just has a black cloud tied to it. I spent too much time talking about that shit, more time than I wanted to. So I'm done talking about that shit. So yeah, I don't know. I'll go to N4G one more time. Favorite Christmas movie? I don't know. I really haven't watched a ton of Christmas movies. I don't know. Die Hard might be the best one because it was an action movie slated around Christmas time. So Madarazi asked you to watch the 2009 Inside Job film. I guess you ain't doing it. I'm not. Truth be told, Madarazi, I'm not much of a movie dude in terms of like sitting down watching something. It has to pop in my head. So I mean, now that you brought it up again, you know, I put that on my to-do list. I can't promise you a timetable when I watch it, but I will watch it. And one of the things that's definitely be killing me, Mod Razi, over this last couple of weeks, I don't know what the hell's been going on, but I have been sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. I've been putting in these 10-hour shifts at work. I get out of work, I come home, I do a couple of things, I eat, I take a nap with the intentions of getting up in a couple of hours, and I end up not waking up until the next day. And this shit's been going on for a couple of weeks. And it's even caused me to miss a couple of the roundtable podcasts. So if you go back and take a look at the last 2 or 3 roundtable podcasts, I was not there because I was sleeping. Yeah, I've been slumped, Spartan God. It's better than the Titanic documentary. Open eyes, really wide. Okay. Like I said, I can't promise when I'll watch it, but I will watch it. You said don't overwork yourself. Shit, age getting to you? Hey, shit. Even though I look good for my age, don't get me wrong. There's days I get up out of that bed and my back is sore, my knees fuck with me and shit like that. And so some days I get out of that bed, I feel every bit of 51 years old. So, you know, and as far as work goes, hey, I really don't have a choice in the matter, because if you got to go to work, you got to go to work. Bill collectors don't take no for an answer. And number 2, even though I've been working a lot of hours, it gives me the luxury of buying toys, you know. So, yeah, Alabama Jones, I'm 51 years old. And so yeah, when I'm tired and I get home, you thought I was like 30? It's just, you know, a lot of it, I got lucky with having a baby face for a lot of years. And, you know, and I think it helps that I don't drink or smoke. I never did smoke. And you know, and it's been 6.5 years since I had a drink. So all that stuff combined, you know, with me working out and shit like that, you know, I'm still in a lot better shape than other 51-year-olds. You know, some of my friends that I grew up with that are younger than me already got one foot in the grave. Reclaimer, you thought I was 45? Well, thank you, my friend. So this picture that you guys are looking at right now was taken almost a year ago. Said he low-key 15. He just switched the numbers. What's up, Lunkin? He said, damn, y'all old. I'm 30 and you thought you was old. Yeah, you go find out what old is. If you don't take care of yourself, you really gonna find out what old is when you get 50 years old. Now I need some. My brother, 50 years old. You know, he a year younger than me, you know, and he already looking at a knee surgery. Hey, your dad's 57 and people think he's in his 30s. Damn, he more blessed than me. Yeah, Ryan Landis. I lost a lot of friends, a lot of people that I grew up with, you know, died in their early 40s, mid 40s and shit like that. And I was just totally shocked. And I didn't know, for a lot of them, I didn't know their health was that bad. You know, one of the dudes that I grew up with, I hate to say it, but I think the clock's going to start ticking on him pretty soon, because he's having a lot of problems that's causing him to miss a lot of work. But, you know, we all got to go sometime. I don't know. So I don't want to go in a car accident, but at the same time, I don't want there to be I don't want to deteriorate to the point where I'm damn near a vegetable and people gotta, take care of me and shit like that. So I definitely don't want to go out that way. You know what's Spartan God about Royal? If I remember correctly, I think his podcast last Sunday, I think he said that he was going to be done for the rest of the year, and he probably wasn't going to do another podcast until January. So, and then Sick Humor, he's away with the family, so that's why there was no PlayStation Plus podcast this morning. He's away with the family, So for right now, it looked like, me and Craig Harris might be what y'all gonna have until everybody else get back at it.
Why are you hitting me with emeralds?
What time is it? Damn, it's 9:30.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you.
Oh no. I think I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up here pretty soon because I want to stretch out for a minute and then get up and play something.
I call him.
Hey, I gotta, George Bush, I gotta give a big shout out to Sick Humor, because if he did not stream at the hours that he did, I would not, other YouTubers don't start streaming as far as Eastern time. I don't start seeing alerts popping up on my phone until like 10 o'clock, So if Sick didn't stream in the hours that he did, I wouldn't really have anything to listen to until like Craig or somebody else goes live. So I got to give a big shout out to Sick Humor. Those are some crazy hours that he streams, but it gives me content to listen to while I'm at work, because I have to be at work at 6 in the morning. You almost threw up from Borderlands VR. Are you kidding me? How the hell that happened? You must have no VR legs whatsoever, Lunkin. It's cool, George, that you said you don't catch them because you'd be ready to go back to sleep. But there's a lot of YouTubers like Royal. He goes on at 9 o'clock every Sunday. So what I end up doing is I pop into his chats. I say what's up to him to let him know that I'm there, to let him know that I'm supporting him, and then I leave. And then I don't watch his podcast until the next day because I need content. You know what I mean? I need stuff to watch. So I make it a point not to watch his podcast Sunday night while he's live. So I'll have something to watch, the next day while I'm at work. Because even though Sick streams for like 2-3 hours, it still doesn't take up the whole day. It takes up a lot of it, but not all of it. So on Mondays, it's usually Sick, Craig, and Royal. The three of them usually take up my whole day, so that normally takes care of my whole day. Yeah, George Bush, Royal, he streams every Sunday at 9 o'clock. And so myself, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things because in addition to the exhaustion that I've been dealing with the last couple of weeks, I've also had mic problems. It's like I was about a week and a half ago, I was doing a couple of podcasts and the mic just shut off right in the middle of the podcast. So I ended up having to go out and buy a new microphone. I bought this Yeti Blue microphone for $100, and boy, this thing is a beast. I said you can hear a pin drop. Just like I said, that right there, man. That I dropped my phone. That shit sounded like a fucking brick.
I'm at the green base.
I've had that happen, Alabama Jones. You say you wake up 6 stream, watch his streams, go back to work, come back 6 still streaming, and have content to talk about. Hey, Ryan Landis, thanks. Hey, this Yeti microphone is amazing. It sounds like I'm in a soundproof booth. George Bush, you said the problem is that there's way too many podcasts these days. I'd rather it be way too many podcasts and not enough of them. Because, you know, while I listen to Sick and Craig, you know, Royal, Porter Rock, and a bunch of other people, I'm still looking for other shit that, you know, to check out. You know, I'm still looking for new YouTubers to check out. So and I've been trying to these live podcasts like I'm doing here. I try to run that across King Thrash because I would love to see him do a live solo podcast because, you know, by his own admission, he talk hood as fuck, but the man is intelligent. And the only time I get to hear his intelligence is whenever he does a video. And when he's in the round table, you know, with everybody talking over each other, sometimes it's hard. Like he, you know, when he's on to something that like really catches my attention, he can't get all of it out because everybody talking over each other. So because of that, I would love to see King Thrash have his own podcast, solo podcast, where it's just him. You know, I try to run that across to him. And, you know, he said he gave it some thought, but I hope it's something that he really do because I would love to see him do a solo podcast. You said you still have not figured out how to do faceless videos yet. Oh, no. He said, Robert McLeod, you said a Yeti mic? Yeah, you want that one. I'm buying one when I get home.
18 kills?
Yeah, this Yeti mic this shit is the truth. Like I said, you know, a few YouTubers I've heard, you know, talk about whenever they did mention that they had a Yeti mic, had a lot of good things to say about it. And like I said, I believe it. I think last Christmas, I think Porter Rock's wife got him a Yeti mic for Christmas. So I'm sitting 2 feet away from this mic, and it still sounds like I'm in a soundproof booth. You know, I'm leaning back in my chair with my feet, you know, pretty much on the table, and the mic is about a good 2 feet away from me.
Huh?
You said Porter Rock mentioned to you to get one. Yeah, Robert McLeod, this Yeti is amazing. I paid $100 for this one. I think this is their most expensive model because when I was at Best Buy, they had like 3 different Yeti microphones, and this one was the most expensive at $100. And it looks like a damn studio mic. Sometimes Diver's mic sounds like a ham radio running through a distortion pedal, pretty much. George Bush, my Sunday just got ruined. I was going to go get some chicken from the fish place, but forgot it's closed on Sunday. Damn, it's fucked up. We all hear your background, your girl yelling at you and everything. No, that's my son. He playing Fortnite with his friends. So every time he gets shot or some shit, he jumping up screaming. Yeah, take it from me, Robert McLeod. I don't, you know, I'm no microphone expert, but when
Steve took it.
When I plugged up this Yeti and see the headphones that I'm wearing are some $20 like JLab headphones that I bought from Target. But the feedback that I hear coming through here, it sounds like a damn, like I said, it sounds like I'm in a soundproof booth. Fortnite is every kid's #1 online game today. Yeah, pretty much. Like Gears of War 4 is my son's #1 game. It's just Fortnite is the game that he plays with his friends. So yeah, for anybody that's thinking about getting one of these Yeti mics, if you don't mind dropping that $100, you definitely get my vote on this. So You know, and it's got different modes that I can switch to, stereo and other shit. And yeah, I mean, this microphone's so damn sensitive, you can hear a pin dropping. Yeah, sometimes my son doing that crap, making a lot of noise on purpose because he knows this microphone can pick it up. You said you tried playing Gears, but waited like 5 minutes in the lobby and just left. There's still a lot of people that play Gears of War 4, George Bush, but yeah, it does take a long time to get into a game.
What are you doing?
Said my first video I ever did made me look like a homeless bearded person. Hold on, let me go to your page, Robert McLeod, just a minute. Oh, you know what, Christopher Hart? That is a very interesting question, an off-topic question. So, how much do you think Crackdown 3 is going to impact Xbox sales? Tell you the truth, if it wasn't for Game Pass, I think Crackdown would flop. I think the animation from what I've seen is horrible. It looks cheap. It looks, you know, they don't look like they really running. They look like they hopping around. And then the lateral movement from side to side doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look real, you know, just, you know what? Here's what I think about Crackdown 3. The Xbox don't have any intentions of buying that game. You know what Crackdown is to the Xbox? Crackdown is that marathon runner that broke his leg during the race and came in last place, but they finished the race. That's all the Xbox care about. Crackdown has been taking so much damn heat from the game being delayed and the game having to be polished and, you know, all kinds of shit that was going wrong with the Crackdown. The game was taking a lot of heat. So now the Xbox don't even really have any intentions of playing this game. They just glad that Microsoft finally finished this game so everybody can stop jumping on their fucking head about this game having all kinds of problems. So Crackdown is that marathon runner that got the broken leg and finished up the race last. They don't care that marathon runner came in last. All they care about was that he finished the race. That's all they care about now, is that Crackdown was finished. They don't care about whether it's a good game or not. They just glad the game was finished so people can stop fucking with them about it. They got no intentions of buying this fucking game. They got no intentions of, you know, unless they play it through Game Pass, they got no intentions of playing this game. They got no intentions of fucking with it. You know, and then I think in King Thrash video, he pointed out that Terry Crews was the only person in this game that looked like they actually did a face scan on it. Everything else looked like it was drawn up. I'm about to have a breakdown deciding what I want for dinner. Okay, George Bush. I hope everybody has a great holiday. Take it easy, peeps. All right, Danny, for sure. Mod Razi, you said they'll say it's the best game this generation. Of course they will. You know, they try to say that Sea of Thieves was better than, you know, some of the PlayStation exclusives. They try to say that Sea of Thieves was better than Shadow of Colossus. They was trying to say that Sea of Thieves was better than God of War. Man, get the fuck out of here with that. Stop it. You said Sarah's great. Crackdown 3 looks like something that just Cause series already is and already better at. It's just, to me, bottom line is Crackdown 3 looked like some 360 shit that's got a weak ass enhancement patch. You about to go get a burrito. Just
I can't lose these emeralds.
all right, George Bush, be careful out there, man. Merry Christmas.
16.
Watch Crackdown 3 get Game of the Year by the Xbox community. Because they're gonna say that shit. You know, and then like, you know, I don't even really care about the Xbox community like that no more, because I know the people that they follow are people that's probably getting paid by Microsoft to say good shit about the brand. The Cold Eastwoods, the Crab Gamers, I think people like them might be getting a couple of dollars from Microsoft to say good shit about that, about the brand. And it's they mindless ass followers. You know, Crab Gamer and Cold Eastwood, they follow what They follow what Phil Spencer say. You know, if Phil Spencer was popping that shit that Xbox had the better lineup of games, the Crap Gamer and Code Eastwood gonna say that shit. When Phil Spencer started saying that exclusives don't matter, then Code Eastwood and Crap Gamer started saying the same shit. Now that the narrative is about Game Pass and Phil Spencer's talking about the idea of content being locked to one platform is absent to us. Now they going around saying the same shit that Microsoft doesn't lock you to one platform. You know, now they act like, you know, Sony is losing, or Sony just doesn't get it because they're locking everybody to one console. Well, being that their console sold 80 million and yours sold 30 million, I guess locking people to one console probably isn't a bad idea. So it's a motherfucking pyramid. It starts at the top with Phil Spencer. Whatever he says gets echoed by, you know, Aaron Greenberg. Whatever he says gets echoed by people like Crap Gamer and Code Eastwood, and what they say, the Xbots follow it. They, you know, they looking for a fucking hero. You know, they looking for a champion. Exactly, Ryan Landis. If Phil Spencer started selling heroin, they would say drugs is better than video games. Exactly.
I think you should so good. Did you just give me old? Well, except here you go.
But
well, I think
no, I don't know. So I like the shit that the Xbox is saying. I think a lot of that shit. I think people like Colt and Crap done fucked the Xbox up so much, because all they doing is relaying what they emperor say. You know, Phil Spencer is the emperor, and people like, you know, Aaron Greenberg's the generals, and then like, you know, Crap and Colt is like the lieutenants underneath them. And then their subscribers are the soldiers. They get told what to think and they follow that shit. But now it's gotten to the point where, you know, some of the Xbox is on automatic pilot. If the word Sony comes up, they already go into attack mode and ready to throw dirt on it. Now, if Phil Spencer started soliciting prostitution, I think that Xbox would have to be told whether to be the prostitutes or to be the pimps. They wouldn't know which one to be. They would have to be told which ones to be. I like how they're saying Sony is losing momentum because they aren't doing PSX and E3 in 2019, despite the fact that God of War got Game of the Year on most sites. More like Xbox will sell their butts on the street, pretty much. I think Porter Rock hit it right on the head earlier today on his video where he was talking about where you mentioned games like, you mentioned the games that Sony has planned for 2019, you know, The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, those games. If you mention those games, the Xbox just sweep it to the side and say, oh, those are PS5 games. Because I agree with what he was saying, that the Xbox want 2019 to be a dry year for PlayStation so that they can say that the PlayStation is in the same boat as the Xbox. Because, you know, Sony, I think other than Gears of War, Microsoft don't have shit planned for 2019, not for the console. I think they still, you know, got that Halo game that's open in Dave and Buster's, and I still think they got the Gears strategy game as well as the Gears mobile game. But I think as far as the console itself goes, I think, you know, Gears is the only thing that got planned for 2019. And so I think other than that, it's going to be a dry year. So they want to be able to say that those games coming up for the PlayStation are going to be a PS5 game, so they can say that the PlayStation had the same dry year as the Xbox did. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how they try to find ways to try to, when they fucked up, you know, when shit is fucked up on the Xbox end, it's fucked up. It's crazy how they try to find ways to drag Sony down with them. At least we know that Sony still has banger coming. What does Xbox have? I think those games are still coming in 2019 because that's what's going to close out the generation for PlayStation. That's what these games is coming out in 2019. It's what those games are what's going to continue to sell the PS4 until they finally run out of those things. I think Sony is going to run out of the standard PS4s because last time we checked, you know, they were sitting on 99 million chips ordered. Crab Gamer let it slip. He was pretending to be an Xbox for a view. I believe it because according to Thrash, he said that Colt Eastwood was a PC dude pretending to be an Xbox. Here's another thing I found out. A lot of the Xbox channels have more subscribers. That's because the PlayStation people are playing games. A lot of them is not caught up in this bullshit. They just playing their games. Whereas the Xbox, they're looking for heroes. They're looking for a leader. They're looking for a champion, a hero. They're looking for somebody to lead them. And because of that, a lot of these Xbox channels have way more subscribers than the PlayStation channels. To me, people like Crap Gamer, Colt Eastwood, Randall Thor, Dealer Gaming, Musclebound Gamer, all these dudes, to me, their content is not good. They have a shitload of subscribers because these dudes are viewed as leaders, as heroes. You know, somebody that they act like these dudes is going to lead the Xbox, you know, nation out of the fucking darkness or something, you know, take them to the promised land. That's why these dudes got a lot more subscribers. Because I think people like Sick Humor, he should have 10, 15, 20,000 subscribers. But I think the reason why him and a lot of other PlayStation eccentric channels don't have a shitload of subscribers like that is because a lot of them are playing games. I think people like Randall Thor, shit like that, a lot of their subscribers don't play games. They spend more time listening to him than they do playing games. Xbox are looking for apologists for the Xbox brand and led them astray. You know, like I had said this, I think I had said this when Craig Harris was in the podcast with me. See, the timing, Phil Spencer, to me, didn't do anything great. He was in the right place at the right time. Donnie D was the villain. He was public enemy number one from the shit that he said. Phil Spencer came along and basically wanted to reverse. Said, look at this. All right, I'll check it out in a sec. Here, I'll click on it and then come back to it.
Why do you have to ask me for stuff?
But Phil Spencer acted like he was going to erase everything that Donnie D did, and he became an instant hero. I don't know who the fuck gets the credit. I don't know who the fuck made the decision to break the Kinect away from the Xbox, but it seems like Phil Spencer got the credit for that, because when you mention his name and they mentioned that was one of the first things that he did when he took over. I don't know if he actually did it or not. Now, if you want me to and I hate to bring up politics again, but one of the reasons why some of these fucked up people think Donald Trump is a great president is because he came in talking about reversing everything that Obama did.
There's one guy behind you.
Some of these people hated Obama so bad that anybody could have came in and said they're going to reverse all the shit that Obama did, and that president would have been seen as a great man. Same thing with Phil Spencer. So just a minute. Oh damn, my shows of hell didn't mean to do that. My computer just did some crazy shit and just gave me 3 separate screens. Okay, hold on. I'll be with y'all in a second. I'm checking this shit out.
Very dumb.
Yeah, I'll have to come. I'll have to come back to that. All right. Impatient Fire, you said I agree. I see a lot of similarities between the Trump of cult and the cult of Phil Spencer. Yeah. So they, you know, again, I feel Trump is one of the worst presidents ever to sit in the Oval Office, but he's seen as a great man just for the simple fact that he talked about reversing some of the shit that Obama did. I hate to say it, but if the next president, if the next president is black or Mexican or something, and he comes in and says he's going to reverse all the shit that Trump did, minorities is going to love him because they were so busy focusing on the dude that they didn't like before, you know. So same thing, you know, Donnie D, the dude was hated for the shit that he said. He was public enemy #1 amongst the Xbox. So with that being said, I could have took Phil Spencer's job. I could have went in and said that I'm going to reverse everything that Donnie D did, and they would still be praising my name to this day. You know, they would have built a fucking statue of me right in front of Microsoft, you know, right in front of Microsoft headquarters, because they would have loved me so much. Trump and Phil are 2 clowns that happen to be at the right place at the right time. Yeah. Well, no, like Phil, he really did happen to be in the right place at the right time. In the case of Trump, he fixed that election. So it wasn't a case of him being in the right place at the right time. They made sure he was going to win that election one way or the other. Because one person said it best, you know, a nigga just got through running this country in Obama. The last thing they needed was a bitch running the country right after a nigga ran this country. So they wasn't having it. They made sure that Trump got in that office one way or another. Get the lube, Xbox should have been the slogan for this generation. Hey, they would have enjoyed it. They would have enjoyed it.
There's happiness. Happiness, oh.
Hey, Phil is a good guy, please. You know what? He very well could be a good guy. But he was in the right place at the right time. And see, the thing about it is when he came in and act like he was going to reverse everything that Donnie D did, they loved him and never looked back. They love Phil and never looked back. They ain't seeing none of this bullshit.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
How long have I been on now? Good Lord. I've been on for at least 2 hours. Yeah, Microsoft, all them motherfuckers lie so damn much that it's to the point now where it's like they tell a lie today and people forget about it by tomorrow because they lie so damn much.
I need 2 more.
You know, if Sony get caught in some kind of lie, people won't let them forget about it.
Thank you. I just need 1 more.
If Sony gets caught in some kind of lie, the negative press that they get about it is so bad and it lingers on for so long that it doesn't go away until Sony has some good positive news to announce. Whereas Microsoft, on the other hand, if they lie, people just lie. They just forget about it because they're so used to it. They'll forget about it because, you know, within 72 hours, Microsoft will be telling another lie. The Vita outsells the Xbox in Japan. I can't call that because if it's true, I don't know if it's out of, you know, patriotism or if it's because they like handhelds. I really don't know. You're closing in on a Detroit Become Human Platinum Trophy. I finished the game, but I don't have you know what? I do not have one single platinum trophy at all. I think I got about 600 trophies and not a single one is a platinum trophy. JP Local, you back. Oh, I forgot about my delicious drink here. Damn. My voice is starting to get a little bit scratchy.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. But I do want to wrap this up here pretty soon because I want to take a nap and get back up and play something and stream something. Federal Festo, the Canadian grizzly bear. What is up? Impatient Fire, you got 1,000 trophy and all of them are by accident. Have you seen Overdone's Xbox Fanboy Corporate Slave musical? Are you talking about the one with the Disney characters? Something about if your pockets are full and your brain is small, come to Microsoft and spend it all or some shit like that. If that's what it was, god damn did that shit have me rolling. And then Zaire, I think he showed that video and put the faces of a lot of Xbots on there. He put his own face on there. I think he put Crap Gamer's face on there. It's funny as hell. Hey, happy holidays, Fatal Mephisto. How you doing, man? You know, in Impatient Fire, it ain't that I don't give a you know, it's not a case of whether I give a crap about trophies. I'm more interested in finishing the game and seeing a great story. So, I mean, if I really wanted those platinums, a lot of those games, I would have went back and played them again just for the sole fact of getting those trophies. But I haven't done that. I'm satisfied with just seeing a great story. And that God of War story was amazing. I'm starting to get a little bit of weird static here. Hold on, people. Ooh, boy, that's even louder. Ooh-wee. Good Lord. Turn that down a little bit. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in. Congratulations to the winners of those two physical copies. I will be in touch with you on Twitter so I can get your addresses. And with that being said, you know the drill. Hit the like button. Lock the door on your way out. Merry Christmas, Ryan Landis. I'm definitely going to get some rest. Oh, you know what? Before I get out of here, Fatal Mephisto, I saw your video where you said, fuck Xbox. How could you not get caught by that shit? I had told people about that shit damn near 10 months ago. I went through a situation where my Xbox Live membership had expired. It was the middle of the night, and I did not feel like Merry Christmas, Impatient Fire. I did not feel like getting up and going to the store to get a 1-year membership, and I didn't want to pay for it over Xbox Live. So what I did was I bought a 1 month membership. And when the 1 month is up, I totally forgot about it. So it renewed. And then it renewed another month and then another month. And so when I finally said, fuck this shit, I done paid these motherfuckers $40 already. So I went to the dashboard inside the Xbox to try to turn off the auto renew, and it wouldn't let me do it. So it said, go to xbox.com, to do that shit. I went to xbox.com and I couldn't find it. I had to call a friend and have him walk me through it to find the auto renew shit to shut it off. So the shit is designed to make you jump through a bunch of obstacles, so you'll just give up and let them just keep charging you monthly and let them keep renewing that shit. Even Jay Wags got hit with that shit for I can't remember if it was Game Pass or something else, but same deal. He couldn't just get out of it. He had to go jump through hoops and go through the fucking Xbox website to try to find where to turn off the auto renew. That shit happened to me, and I talked about it in one of my podcasts. So yeah, Microsoft, they'll let you get in. They'll let you get in, but they make it hard for you to get out. They make you try to go through a bunch of bullshit in an effort that you just give up and let them keep taking your money every month. So when you said fuck Microsoft, I said, wait a minute. Whoa. What the fuck happened and made Fatal Mephisto say fuck Microsoft? Your situation was a little bit different, Fatal, because I guess they, you said something to the effect. Hey, keep it down. Because I think he was saying something. Yeah, that's the plan, Robert. Samuel Ashe, you know what I did one time on the 360? You know how I stopped them from like one time I got caught by the auto renew shit on the 360, and I couldn't find a way to take my account off of the 360. So what I did was I went to my credit union and told them that my credit card had been stolen so they could issue me a new credit card. So when Microsoft tried to come and take that next month's membership fee and the card was inactive, they couldn't take the money, so they suspended that account. By then, I didn't give a fuck because I was ready to let that account go. So yeah, Microsoft pulled some shiesty shit. Another time where Microsoft fucked me over, right? I was buying those 3 months prepaid membership cards, right? Well, twice I used the 3 month membership cards. When they ran out, I went and bought 2 more 3 month membership cards. It would not let me use them. I typed in the code and it would not take them. The Xbox forced me to buy a 1 year membership because it rejected those 3 month cards. Those 3 months cards that you go to Walmart and shit like that and try to buy, the Xbox algorithm is only going to let you use a couple of them, and then it won't take them anymore, and then it'll force you to buy a 1 year membership. So like I said, Microsoft is some straight up hoes. I hate them with a passion. So whenever these Xbox come in here talking about, can you just give them a chance to fuck them? Of course, they just getting started. Robert McLeod, shit. In terms of fucking over customers, Game Pass is about to bring the biggest, darkest cloud that we've ever seen come from Microsoft.
Are you kidding me?
See, but Dark Side Havoc, the auto renew on the PlayStation Plus, you don't got to go running all over the place to find it. It's there, and you can turn it off. With Microsoft, it wasn't at the Xbox dashboard. I had to go to the Xbox website and then go through a bunch of shit to find my account, and then go within my account to find all, you know, I had to have somebody walk me through that shit to find the bullshit so I could turn the auto renew off. They put layers and layers and layers of obstacles in front of you to make you give up, so you keep giving them that money. Sony don't put you through that shit. Sony, the auto renew is right there in front of you. But they have much more compelling content than Microsoft. So they don't got to pull that kind of bullshit to try to lock you into the subscription. And Microsoft is the pro-consumer company, as Xbox say. Robert McLeod, we screw you over sometime and you will never know. Christopher Hart, half the people who have Xbox Live servers simply couldn't find the auto renew cancel page. Yeah.
What?
Look, Reclaimer, all these motherfuckers pull some bullshit. But the shit that Sony pulls is minuscule compared to what Microsoft pulls. Microsoft pulls some blatant shit right in your fucking face.
Oh, wait, are you in my party?
And then you still have these bitches jumping up on YouTube talking about 10 reasons why you should buy an Xbox over a PlayStation. And eat a dick.
Oh, we did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be right back.
See, here's the difference. If your girl cheats on you, you're going to give them another chance? Hell no. But what if your girl burns you and give you an incurable disease and you can't get out of it? You kind of stuck with her now, because if you let the word out, you let the word out to other women, you got a disease, they ain't going to fuck with you. So you kind of stuck with her now. Pro consumer, huh? So free-to-play games are not behind the Xbox paywall, huh?
All of it.
Microsoft is all about milking their customers, exactly.
Wait, jump.
And see, Microsoft is double milking their customers, because they selling controllers left and right and no games. They make it a new fucking console every year, it seems. They make it a new version of the console every year. And then the games that they do have, they monetizing the shit out of you, trying to put loot boxes. And they did put loot boxes in Forza 7, but the community got up in their ass about it, so they had to clean that shit up a little bit. But them loot boxes in Gears of War are still fucked up. I see you, Christopher Hart. Nope, if your girls just give you a UTI, you're good. It'll clear up. What if she promised you sex for years and then gives you a AA night and shares it with dudes on PC? Damn, and there's a lot of PC dudes out there. There's way more PC dudes out there than console dudes. So if she promised you that shit for years and then you find out that all these PC motherfuckers been tapping her, you're a dumb motherfucker if you go back to her. Shit. Oh. Oh, damn. You play on everything? Oh, you international then. Everything can come in and hit you then, Robert McLeod. Germans, Swedes, Africans, Puerto Ricans. Everybody can come in and tap your ass. If you play on everything, everybody can hit you. Oh yeah, they got me coughing. Christopher Hart. Robert McLeod, you set yourself up for that shit. Because if you play on everything, you international booty, everybody hitting it. Yeah. Yeah, he's having an epic game session, Dark Side. But a lot of that, he doing that on purpose because he knows this microphone picks up everything. I mean, this microphone could pick up a pin dropping. Ugh. Hey, don't worry, Robert McLeod. You said you were PC, Xbox, PlayStation, not the Switch. Don't worry, the Switch coming for that booty too. Oh my goodness. Woo. Woo. Oh shit, let me stop. My damn head starting to hurt from laughing so hard. They don't like Mexican booty. Oh my God. Y'all killing me. Hold on. I had to make sure I got all that shit out of my system before I try to finish my drink. I didn't want to get the coughing and gurgling and shit like that. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Oh, man. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and close shop. Oh, I'm still reading y'all comments. Y'all cracking me up. Oh my God, let me finish it this time. Y'all know the drill. Hit the like button. Lock the door on your way out. And thanks for coming to the Wakanda Comedy Hall. 48 Booty in HDR. Oh, y'all. Good Lord. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I don't know if there'll be anything to talk about, but oh boy, I'll try to holler at y'all tomorrow. I'll try to do something tomorrow, you know, get in the Christmas spirit, kick it a little bit with y'all, see what y'all up to. But I'm trying to take a little power nap, y'all, and try to get back up and stream something in a little while. But be warned that if I do, if I get back up and I stream, say I stream Firewall, kind of out of respect for my teammates, I'm probably gonna have to withhold responding to comments until we get back into the lobby, because I don't want to try to respond to comments when I should be communicating with my teammates. Oh shoot. Oh yeah, no doubt, Reclaimer. I'll hit you guys up tomorrow. It's Christmas tomorrow in Australia. Well, Merry Christmas, JP Loco. All right, y'all. So let me take this power nap and try to get back up. And so hopefully I'll be able to get back up in a couple hours and do a game stream. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide, you know, whether to do Firewall. I haven't done Tetris in a while, so maybe I'll do that. You know, maybe I'll do the Astrobot. I haven't done that in a while, but I'll come up with something. With that being said, you know, y'all have a good night, and I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.